Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of... No, this is for October 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have this No Place Like Home card and this Observer card. You know, I don't even think that this is talking about home for you necessarily, Taurus. I feel that this is saying that it would be a good month for you to be an observer. I think it would be a good time for you to kind of be not necessarily in the background, but just to listen to what is being said and what is not being said around you, and kind of learn how to tap in. Right? There could be a lot of benefits because of this. It's like sometimes when we are able to fill in the gaps, we can pick up on opportunities and things like that. And I kind of get that feeling from this reading. So I do feel it would be a good time for you to do that. You have the Three of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. The Three of Cups, of course, could be like celebration, happiness, celebrating with your community, getting benefits from your community, all that other good stuff. And you have the Ten of Pentacles as well. You always get the Ten of Pentacles in pretty much every single reading that we do together. So a lot of you, could be working on building, leaving a legacy, of course. The Three of Cups is a card of celebration. Like I said, there is something about, well, I don't want to skip too far ahead here, but you do have the Five of Wands next. And Five of Wands can be conflict or competition. And so some of you might be experiencing something having to do with competition, especially if you work with groups of people in work or business. And, the other thing I would say is that you have the Seven of Swords here. So Seven of Swords would be about like not taking part in the competition. Seven of Swords, he is stealing those swords from the background, from the army that's in the background of the card. We'll talk about it in a minute. And so he's going to war, but in a different way. And what I would say to you is if you are dealing with any conflicts involving groups of people, the Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords would say there's probably a better way to deal with the situation than going to battle. And again, I'm not like, I don't feel that there's anything super negative or anything like that going on here, right? This might just be competition in business, or it might be you trying to get a raise and like someone else you work with is trying to get a raise. And the Seven of Swords, I feel, is saying, are there other ways that you can stand out? Are there other ways that you can rise above the competition without even taking part in the competition? And, that's what I like to remind people of with the Five of Wands, is that we don't have to be, we can rise above the competition. We can set ourselves apart. So, again, without knowing what you do or what you're doing, I can't give you like a perfect example here. But, again, I would say, like, what are some ways that you could set yourself apart? You have the Seven of Wands, and again, with the conflict going on here with this Five of Wands, the Seven of Wands would be about boundaries, drawing a line in the sand, protecting yourself, doing all those things. Again, I don't feel this is like something like you're defending yourself from something bad. I feel this is more you kind of just setting boundaries with other people. And also, I also feel like people could be setting boundaries with you this month. And do I think it's a bad thing? No. I mean, no matter what way we go here to the Hierophant, we go across here, King of Cups, World, the King of Pentacles. It's a good reading, but I do feel it's one of those things. You know what I'm kind of getting here as well with that Seven of Wands is it's like, sometimes I think we think people should act a certain way, because it's decent or whatever. And I feel like the Seven of Wands is kind of saying, it's almost like it's saying to me, to you, like, don't be naive. It's like, just because you would do things the right way doesn't mean other people will do things the right way. And, again, I want to stress that this does not look like something bad to me. But again, it's kind of like saying, it's almost like saying don't be naive or something like that and think that everyone is good or has good intentions, right? Let's see. With the Three of Cups, you have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands would be about asserting yourself, and you have the Queen of Wands twice here, and then you go to the World. This would be you asserting yourself in the world. So I do feel it's time for you to be more assertive, to try to stand out, to try to get attention, and also don't be afraid to be unique. The Queen of Wands, she is on her own unique journey. She's following the sunflower. She's following the sun, more or less. She also has this black cat right here. In the black cat in the tarot, during the times of tarot, black cats were considered unlucky, and the whole point of the black cat is that she is kind of like marching to the beat of her own drum. She's doing her own thing, and she doesn't care what anyone thinks, right? So I think that's part of it, being confident at this time. With the Five of Wands, you have the Death card. Death, of course, would be a big transformation. A lot of Death card recently, I would say. We do have some pretty major shifts going on in the astrology, not even just right now, but over the next few years. So, I think everybody is is transforming in some way. And really, I don't have any advice here because I think people are just going through a transformation. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Four of Cups. Yeah, it's almost like it's almost like you're afraid that you're not going to get what you want. The Seven of Wands is kind of drawing a line in the sand on what you're willing to accept in your life. And the Four of Cups is having been disappointed by what you have received in the past. He's getting this new offer right here, and this new offer could be much better than what he's experienced in the past. And then you go up to the Ace of Cups, which would be kind of like that cup right there on the Four of Cups. So I also feel like some of you could be getting an opportunity or an offer in your life, and this is saying, like, be open to it. The other thing with the Seven of Wands is sometimes with the Seven of Wands, we don't feel like we're ready to accept something or receive something into our lives. And so I feel like that Seven of Wands is saying you're as ready as you're going to be. You have this Raw card. It says creative power. You have this Great Pyramid. It says mystery and ceremony. I'm pretty sure it's you that had a bunch of creative cards in the last reading that I did for you. And that Seven of Wands, I definitely feel is going to require creativity or kind of like a creative mindset on how you're going to accomplish something. Again, he is stealing these swords from the background of this army that's back here, and he is doing something delicately. He's carrying those swords by their tips, and so he has to be very delicate with how he does something. And I kind of feel that if you're, if you're trying to rise up or be more assertive in the world, that the Seven of Swords could be saying that you need to be more like delicate in how you do it. But I think it's more saying, keep things to yourself, the moves that you're making, and all that other stuff. And again, I'm not calling you naive, but I keep getting the word naive popping into my head, and I'm not calling you out, like I said, but it's like there might be something where it's like you feel it's safe to tell someone something, or it's like maybe you believe that someone's going to do the right thing. And I don't think, again, I want to stress that this is not like a bad thing. I think what it's saying with the Queen of Wands is it's saying, like, don't trust people to do things for you at this time, and just do them yourself, right? The Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, and all that other stuff. So it might not even be personal, but it's like you might be thinking this month that you can trust. I don't know, it just keeps popping into my head. It's such a weird message, but you might think that you can get someone to do something for you or like help you out this month with something, but I would just do it yourself. You have the Ace of Cups, so this would represent your emotions overflowing, being very happy. Could also be a love offer. You do have the King of Cups and King of Pentacles. So if you're looking for love, could be a water sign, could be an earth sign, could be both, could be any sign, general reading. But the Ace of Cups could be a love offer that's being offered to you. I really feel this could be any offer, but I feel like you could be receiving an offer this month that has disappointed you in the past. So, it's like one of those things where you could be getting an opportunity to go for something where there is competition, like in work or business, and maybe you've tried before and it didn't work out before. And I feel like this is saying this time it's going to work, whatever it is, whatever offer it is that you're receiving. So don't be afraid to accept an offer. You have the King of Cups. Yeah, still it seems to be a very emotional time. I've only done about 5 of these October readings so far, and a bunch of people have had King of Cups, Queen of Cups. We just had that Pisces eclipse on September 17th. So, people could be exploring their emotions, tapping into their emotions. Even that Ace of Cups can be you looking for an offer in life or looking for an opportunity that fulfills you. The Ace of Cups is a self-filling cup. It fulfills itself. It can reach down into that water and fill itself back up. So a lot of you could be kind of like just exploring your emotions as well. With the Seven of Swords, you have 2 cards here. You have the Six of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. The Six of Swords would be moving on to calmer shores. Two of Pentacles, like work hard, play hard. But again, I kind of feel like there is probably a better way for you to do something this month. The Two of Pentacles would be kind of like the hard way. Six of Swords would be, this woman and the child are maybe quietly moving across to calmer shores. And so I feel that there is an opportunity for you to do something quietly, which we kind of said at the beginning of the reading. Like, be careful who you tell what to, and all this other stuff. So if you're making any big moves this month, I would make those in silence, right? Until after you do whatever it is that you're going to be doing. Like if you're thinking about getting a new job, don't tell anyone at work until after it's already done. Or if you're thinking about making some other big move, I would keep it to yourself for now. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Emperor. Definitely could be a fire sign as well. That's coming in for you, but if you want love, could be attracting an Emperor type person. So that looks good. We see a lot of action in this reading, so I do feel it's time for you to take action, probably on the Ace of Cups. Again, the Ace of Cups doesn't have to be love. It could just be an opportunity, something that makes you happy, a new direction in your life. Could be any of that stuff, and I would take action. With the King of Cups, you have the Knight of Wands, more action. The Knight of Wands, a Knight of Wands next to the Seven of Wands basically says you have no clue what you're doing, which is nobody does, right? And the Knight of Wands, he goes on an adventure because he feels enthusiastic and excited about it. He doesn't necessarily know how he's going to accomplish his goal. He has these pyramids back here, which represent mysteries. In this row, you have this great pyramid card, says mystery and ceremony. So it's like he doesn't know exactly how he's going to accomplish what he's setting out to accomplish, but he needs to learn as he goes. You go to the Queen of Wands, which is about learning as you go. You go to the Four of Cups. It's almost like you're going to be doing something this month that has disappointed you in the past. So again, that could be anything. It could be multiple things as well. Whenever I have the Ten of Pentacles in a reading, to me that says the person I'm reading for is doing a lot. Like you're not just focusing on love or money. You're probably focusing on a bunch of stuff. And, so again, this Four of Cups thing, if it's love, you could be giving love another chance. If it's money, you could be trying to do something like get a raise again, even though there's competition. And I feel really good about this, like if you do it. All the Wands cards would represent action. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Carp card. It says advantages, keen-mindedness, and longevity. The Ten of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, which you have together, both have a major focus on longevity. It's like whenever I see those two cards, to me, that is about building and leaving legacy, doing something that you're going to be doing for a long time. So again, I feel, and it makes sense to me with Uranus in your sign that you would be very focused on longevity. You have this Crown Safaka card. It says femininity, assertiveness, and group accord. So how funny is it that this whole time I've been saying that it's definitely time for you to be more assertive and to really, really go for the things that you're trying to accomplish and really make them happen. So I would put the work in, basically, with these two cards. You have this, the Hierophant, the Queen of Wands, and the World. So you show up twice in this row. You show up as the Hierophant, which puts you in a position of power and strength. You also show up on the World card, which I'll show you in a minute. But the Hierophant is about kind of he communicates with both sides, heaven and earth. So the Hierophant is about taking your vision and communicating it to the world. But again, I think what's important here is that you are going to be communicating with the world with your actions, right? You are going to be communicating to the world with your results. And I feel that this reading is saying results are way more important than anything else. And so I wouldn't be talking too much, especially to people you don't trust, but also, sometimes people we do trust, they have good intentions, but they still, what they say, loose lips sink ships, right? Taurus. And I kind of get that feeling from this reading where it's saying, you have that be at home card, which I don't think is saying be at home. I think it's saying keep things to yourself is really the words I was getting, and just work on things, business ideas or, getting a raise or promotion or whatever, but keep it to yourself, and that will help you manifest this vision on earth. We also see a lot of outside the box thinking in this reading. You have the Seven of Swords, you have this Hierophant. So I think that any outside the box thinking you can do would be really good. You have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, again, is about being bold, being assertive, really charging towards the sun because she has this sunflower right here. The sun is anything that has captured your attention. It's like if you are interested in a new subject, a new idea, a new project, a new person, the Queen of Wands says work your way towards it and make it happen no matter what anyone says with this black cat right here, and figure it out as you go. The challenge with the Queen of Wands is always that she does not have any salamanders on her cloak. All the other Wands court cards do. And the salamanders represent protection from fire, which represents basically protection from risk. And she's the only Wands court card that kind of has to take a risk without knowing whether or not she is protected. You have the world. Again, you show up right here. Sorry, wrong finger. And so you show up, and this card puts you in a position of power and strength. Again, I feel this is more about you showing the world what you're made of, kind of like showing the world what you're capable of doing. And that's what I would focus. That's it. I thought I was going to say more, but I guess not. So there you go. With the Hierophant, you have the Queen of Cups, really good. So if you do want love, you could be attracting a very emotionally stable connection. With these two right here, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, these two are very emotionally connected. Hierophant is marriage as well, so that looks good. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Four Swords. Four Swords like resting, relaxing, recovering. A lot of people, again, have had a bunch of stuff about resting, relaxing, recovering this month. And, if you need a break, I would take a break. We do start kind of like a bunch of retrogrades at the end of the year here. So, again, it's almost like we can never get a break. And so I would recharge your batteries whenever you can. With the World, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. We have all these sevens. It's like you have at least three. 1, 2, 3. So 777 could be an important number for you. You might see that number. The Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? And I feel like I say this to you lately quite a bit. And so I would be looking at everything you're working on and making sure that you're working on things that are actually working. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Moonlight card. It says Enchanted on it. You have this Moon Cycles card. It says Patience on it. So I feel you have been very patient. Sometimes I feel that the Hierophant can be a little bit of a patient card because, that's not really what it represents. But, the Hierophant is a process. It represents a process of initiation. And so there are 3 stages. There's initiation, apprenticeship, and mastery. And all of those things take time, to do, no matter what you're working on. And so I feel you have been patient. And now this Enchanted card could say you're getting the reward. You have the Four Cups. It's almost like the final test. I don't really feel like it's a test. I don't believe that the universe tests us, but it's like one of those things where I feel like this is the final boss that you have to deal with. And so if you want love, for example, it's like this could be your final relationship. You could be meeting a person that is kind of like a combination of everything you've experienced, and it's saying like, have you learned through the challenges, and have you learned how to operate in a relationship to make it successful? And I feel like that's what's coming in for you. Same thing in work or business. It's like the final, it's like your final test. But I don't really feel it's a test. I think it's a test in the sense that you have the Six of Swords here, and the Six of Swords, they have those 6 swords in front of them, which represent all the knowledge, wisdom, challenges that they've been through, but they're taking all the things they learned with them. And so you're going to have to apply everything you learned to this final cup that is coming in for you. And I kind of feel that. You have the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is everything you want and desire. You get the Ten of Pentacles every single reading. Like I said, I think Taurus is very focused on building, leaving a legacy, or creating some sort of success. So that's really all I get here. I just think you're focused. You also show up right here. You show up three times in this reading, which is great. Whenever you're present, it kind of says this reading is all about you, number one. It kind of says that, really the focus is on you, and that's it. And, I feel that. It's also a card of wealth, and the Ten of Pentacles is kind of raining wealth on the King of Pentacles. So a lot of you have an opportunity to probably improve your finances. With the Four Cups, you have the Page of Wands. All these Wands cards are, basically leading up to the Four Cups. So that leads me to believe that you're definitely going to be getting some sort of opportunity that you have had in the past. And again, I don't think it's the same opportunity. I think it's a similar opportunity. Like if it's love, it's not an old person. It's probably a new person, but it's love. Same thing with business as well. And all these cards are saying move towards it. With the Ten of Pentacles, you do have the Lovers. So definitely, I love the Lovers with the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is really the best love card in the deck. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be you getting a very strong connection. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords in the good stuff would be a blessing in disguise. Going from the Six of Swords down to the Ten of Swords, this would kind of tell me that you are seeing how all the lessons or all the things that you've been through are worth it. So, again, it's like you could be adding up all those lessons and applying it to something, and you're seeing how all the past things that didn't work out in your life are worth it. You have this Broom card. It says new home, new attitude. Yeah, cleaning up your environment. Again, I think you've listened to yourself, like on who you can talk to and who you can't talk to. But I would also work on your environment. You have this teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. Again, not being able to trust people. So, it's like I feel you've had these lessons, which we've talked about like who you can trust, who you can't trust. And, that can be difficult. You have this November card, and this tree card says affairs with family. I mean, November is Thanksgiving if you're in the States, so some of you could be getting together with family, or you could be visiting family, things like that in the month of November. You have this sunrise. It says new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. I mean, really, that's probably what this reading is. It's like a fresh start where you're going to get to use all the knowledge and wisdom, everything that you learned, and you're going to apply it to this fresh start, which could make you very successful. 10 of Pentacles. You have this bird perched. It says waiting for news, package, or letter. There could be good news coming in for you. You do have a page here. I look at, most people look at the knights as messengers, which is true, but, I kind of feel the pages can sometimes be bigger messengers, and so there definitely could be communication coming in. But pretty straightforward stuff. I like it, though. It's going in a good direction, so thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.